TV.
Welcome to another edition of Bullseye. We've got a great audience in here tonight, raring to go, but they've got to stay and we've locked the doors. Now, look, we've got a letter here from 14-year-old Peter Bryden from Chingford, and we love you sending the letters in, but he thinks that we rehearse the audience before, you know, by giving signs and signals, you know, telling them when to react to certain things. Well, let me tell you, obviously we don't do that. See, there are no silly... I mean, there'd be unions in and everything. There'd be all sorts. I tell you, if we did that, I promise you... Stop it. Let's play Bullseye. How are you, Brem?
Very fine, yes.
Very fine. Are you well?
Yes.
All the way from Sutherland?
Yes.
That's way up, isn't it?
That's at the very top, apart from Caithness.
That's a sort of a 3-4 hour drive from Edinburgh, isn't it?
Yes, it's
and above
3.5.
Yeah. Now you've got a family.
Yes.
Yeah, and we do know that you play for because of the travelling you do. You play darts for a lot of different teams, don't you?
I've played. I mean, it's
you make
all
friends.
over the place.
Yeah, because you could be in one place for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. It's usually 8 months a year in different places.
Is it really? 8 months?
So I just play for
whoever's there.
Yeah.
Whoever you happen to get in. That's right. Charlie, you're from Sutherland as well.
That's right.
And you also do a lot of travelling.
Yeah, or for the same company.
For the same firm as Brem,
yeah.
Tell us about the party you went to, the gate crashing party. This is ridiculous. Go on, do it.
I didn't think you would ask me that.
Go on, very quickly.
It was a good few years ago, and myself and this friend were walking past an hotel, and we'd had a few.
A few drinks?
Yeah.
Really?
And we saw something going on inside.
And the function.
With the Dutch carriage in us, we assumed that it was a wedding. So we decided to... we went in, and we're standing at the bar, taking advantage of the free drinks.
Of the hospitality, yeah.
This guy came up and asked us basically who we were.
Yeah.
And I said that we were friends of the groom. And we were asked to leave because it was a funeral reception for the barman who lived. He died after 20 years of loyal service.
That's a lovely story. Well done, Chad. You told that very well. It was good, that. I know you weren't prepared for that quite, were you? We've got Brian and Sonia here from Slough. Slough in Buckingham. Is it Slough?
Berkshire.
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 You see, I always get confused with that.
Shifted it.
They've moved it.
They
Is
moved
that
the
one that's
boundary
moved?
a few years.
Oh, I don't feel as bad about saying that now. Your brother and sister-in-law. You're a county player, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buckinghamshire.
For Bucks.
Yeah.
Who would you like to be if you weren't Brian Barton?
Oh, Clint Eastwood, of course.
Would you really?
Make my day.
Really? Have a nice day. Yeah, that's brilliant. Who would you like to be if you weren't Sonia Barton? Go on.
Nell Gwynn.
Nell Gwynn. There's a reason, really, why you'd like to be Nell Gwynn, because of... Go on,
the period in history is, I find the most fascinating. I would like to have met Charles II.
He was a bit of a lad.
Yes.
He wore a wig.
But an interesting character.
Yes. And you read it in depth, don't you?
Yeah, I like history books and...
Do you think could you handle Mastermind on a certain period around Charles II?
I don't think so. It'd be a bit too heavy.
Yeah, but you do really intensely,
yeah.
don't you? We hope you do very well tonight. Thanks for coming all the way from Slough to see us. And now from Norfolk, we've got Alan, is it Eli or Ely?
Ely.
Alan Ely. And we'll talk to Mona in a minute. Now, tell us what a risk surveyor does. Alan, very briefly.
We look at buildings to analyse whether they will burn down, whether things will be pinched from them, whether they're a danger to people.
To assist in assessing the insurance value?
The insurance, yes.
Fine.
We do all that.
Now, Mona, you were Alan's mum-in-law.
That's right,
Now, I didn't know mum-in-laws could look as pretty as that. You look absolutely marvellous. But this is a fascinating thing, because you are, or were, a cricket scorer.
Yes, I was. I'm not at the moment.
haven't been for some years, but...
What I didn't realise was that,
fascinates
I mean, we did it at school with the book, with the 6 dots, and you put the M for the maiden. But I didn't know you actually have a map, don't you, where every ball's hit.
You can do, yes.
On the test matches, apparently. Did
They
you
do
know
on
this?
the test match, yes.
They have a map there. If they hit a 3, it's down there to long on, and they put a mark and rule.
That's right, yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Do you do it to that extent?
I have done. I have done some, yes.
So you'd like to see a test match being scored?
I would love to see a test match
Would you really?
actually being scored, yes.
So that's 6 super contestants. Give them a nice round of applause. OK, let's play Bullseye. Questions in the first round, £30 each. There are the 3 brains sitting all ready to play the game. Remind you about your bonus lights, even if it's not your turn. Finger on your button. Charlie, choose for Brem.
Faces, please, Jim.
OK, come on, Brem. Faces, let's start the game.
That's a bullseye!
£200. The boys will be proud of that. That's a really good start for you there, Charlie. If you can tell me who that is on your monitor, you can have a further £30.
Robin Day.
Robin Day gives you £30. We move on. Sonia for Brian.
Showbiz, please.
Showbiz, Brian.
Spelling.
Spelling. No disaster, because the subjects in the early stages are nearly all there. So, £30, Sonia. Please spell concise, meaning brief and to the point.
C-O-N-C-I-S-E.
C-O-N-C-I-S-E. Bully says it's correct. 30 points you've got. £30 as well. Mona for Alan.
Books, please.
All right, my love. Come on out. Books we'd like.
That's a bullseye!
£200. Now then, well, that's really, we're delighted for you. For £30, at one time in China, the Little Red Book rivaled the Bible as the world's best seller. Whose book of thoughts was it?
Mao Zedong.
Absolutely right. Thoughts of Chairman Mao. Gives us, at the end of that round, look at this, £230 for Charlie and Brem, £30 for Sonia and Brian, and £230 for Mona and Alan. Well done. Still very early days. £50 a question now. Question's a little more difficult. And, of course, as you can see, the subjects that are lit, they're the ones you have to choose from. Charlie for Brem.
Sport, please, Jim.
Sport. Come on, Brem. Sport.
Showbiz.
Showbiz, but luckily he was going for another one for you then, Charlie. The subject's still there, no bonus, but for £50, listen to this music clip, all of you. OK. Charlie, that record was 30 weeks in the best-selling charts. Who was playing?
Russ Conway.
I thought it might have been before your time, that. Excellent. £50 you have. We move on. Sonia.
History, please.
History, we'd like. Brian.
That's a furs.
But you're all right, the subject's there, so we're still not too disastrous for you, Sonia. What is the name of the Chinese mafia, Sonia?
Tong.
It's not. Charlie.
Triads.
Triads give you a £50 bonus. Right, we move on. Mona for Alan.
Words, please, Alan.
Words, Al. Words.
50.
Well played. 50 you have there, Mona. Another 50 here if you can tell me this. Court cases are sometimes held in camera. Can you tell me what that means?
It means that the public are not allowed into the gallery.
That is exactly right for £50. Well done. Gives us the scores at the end of round 2. £330 for Charlie and Brem, Sonia and Brian £30, and £330 for Mona and Alan. Well played. We move on. £100 a question now. Questions even more difficult. Look at the categories there. Split. A lot of no-go areas there now. Well, Charlie, come on.
Sport, please.
Sport we'd like, Brem.
50.
£50 you have. For a further £100, Charlie, In March 1989, who was fined over £1,000 when he dropped out of a Queen's Park Rangers match to attend the birth of his baby? No lights on, so you're OK for a minute?
No, I've no idea.
Well, Bully saved your agony anyway. No lights on. Martin Allen. Move on. £100 questions. Sonia.
History, please.
History like Brian.
That's the Furs.
Affairs, and sadly, the category's gone. Nothing I can do about it, Sonia. I'm awfully sorry. Mona for Alan.
Places, please.
Places. Again, Alan. It's an isolated subject.
50.
£50 for another £100, Mona. Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, United States of America, is famous as a tourist attraction. Can you tell me why, Mona? Mount Rushmore. There is a light on.
I don't know. Is it something to do with the Yellowstone Park?
No, it isn't. And there's a light on. Sonia, can you tell me?
It's the carving of 4 presidents of the United States.
Is absolutely right. Gives you a £100 bonus. Well done. At the end of that round, and in fact that game, we've got Charlie and Bren with £380, Sonia and Brian with £130, and Mona and Alan with £380. Well played. Now, all is not lost yet for our couple with £130, because that distance can be easily bridged. 3 dart players play 3 rounds of darts against each other and win for their partner a question. And the value of that question is the winning score. So it's pounds for points. Tony, off we go.
OK, Bram. It's 5. 20. Treble 5, 40. OK, Brian. That's the score, 40. 20. 20. And 20, 60. 60 on. It's 1. 1. And treble 1. Very close. But the first round to Brian.
Now, Sonia, this could be the start of your climb back. Here we go. How many children did Queen Victoria have?
11.
No, and there's a light on. Mona?
8.
No, wrong. In fact, 9. Which leaves the scores exactly as they were. Back to Tony for round 2.
OK, Bram. It's treble 19. 7. And 3. 67. And that's the score, Brian. It's 20. 5. And 20. 45. So it's still 67 to beat, Alan. $20. 1. And 19, 40, so the second round to Bren.
Charlie, where in Britain is Parkhurst Prison?
Dartmouth.
I can offer it to Sonia for £45, Sonia.
Isle of Wight.
The Isle of Wight gives us the scores. £380 for Charlie and Brem, £175 for Sonia and Alan, and Mona and Alan, £380. Back to Tony.
OK, Bren. Final round. It's 3. 20. And 11. Which is 34. And that's the score. 20. Treble 1. Single 20, 43. So 43 is leading, Alan. Treble 20. 1. And 3, 64, which takes the final round.
Mona, this can take you through to Bully's prize board. It's worth £64 to you and a place in the second half of the show. What was the motto of the Three Musketeers? And I've got to say there's a light on, and it's the wrong light you want on.
No, I'm sorry.
OK, for £34, can you tell me, Charlie?
All for one and one for all.
Is correct for £34. Which means at the end of game 2, we've got Charlie and Bren with £414, Sonia and Brian with £175, Mona and Alan with £380. We've got to say cheerio to Sonia and Brian and Mona and Alan. In you come. Well done, all of you. Thanks very much indeed for coming all the way from Norwich. You've been marvellous. Marvellous contestants. I shall count this money out. £175 to Sonia and Brian, £380 to Mona and Alan. It will take me 2 minutes. Don't you dare be late back. See you then.
Challenge TV.
Welcome back to part 2. Very exciting first half, gentlemen, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Was it worth coming all the way from Sutherland for this?
Yes.
Was
now,
it?
now that we got this far.
Now, yes, and you've got £414. Now, look, we've had a change problem. There's £415 there.
That's all right.
Give me the
Keep
pound.
change.
Yeah, you keep the change. I bet you will as well. Have that with our compliments. We're delighted for you, boys. Your bullies there and your tankards and your darts and your bullies prize board in a few minutes. After, we've had our professional throwing for charity. 301 or more, and we'll double that and give it to the boys' chosen charity, on a pounds for points basis. We're rather proud of this professional because he came to us as the youngest ever dart player for charity, and he's the youngest professional dart player. Delightful character. Please welcome Mark Day.
It's good practice, Mark. Let's do it for real now, eh? Best of luck. 20. 20. And 20, 60. Unlucky. 20. Treble 1. 20, 43. Awkward second one there. So 103 mark plus these. It's 1. Treble 1. And 20. Not hard, isn't it? Difficult. 127 mark. Come on,
very difficult, Jim. Very difficult. Yeah.
Listen, we were just chatting and the boys were chatting as you were just throwing in there. What was he doing in the practice room?
He did 180, 180, and then he got 60 and missed the treble 90.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to
It's a
do
different story on it.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's great to see you. £127.
Yes.
Where was it going, Chaz?
It's going to buy equipment to train the local ambulance.
Local, in Sutherland, right up there where you live.
Yep.
The top of Scotland. It'll be away at the end of the programme. Listen, are your mum and dad feeding you?
Yeah, I'm getting taller, but I'm not getting any fat.
That's right. You're still incredibly slim, aren't you?
Yes.
Thanks very much for coming to see you again. You're always
Thanks very
welcome
much.
on Bullseye. I know you want to wish the boys all the best.
All the very best.
All right.
Get out there and win it.
Pleasure to have you. Pleasure to have you. Good boy. Well done. That guy, that is one special guy. Your turn. Let's have a look at what Bully's prize board has got for you tonight.
In 1.
I'll give you just the cold facts. It's a fridge freezer.
In 2.
Take a letter, anywhere, on this portable typewriter.
In 3.
Here's a really rousing prize. It's a radio alarm.
In 4.
This'll add elegance to your kitchen. An attractive set of useful equipment.
In 5.
Hours and hours of electronic fun with this kiddies computer game.
In 6.
A tidy prize for the tidy household. An attractive pine bookcase.
In 7.
Enjoy again those great moments of television with this selection of video classics.
In 8.
Celebrate those special occasions with this champagne and flutes.
And Bully's special prize...
Just sit down to hear this and watch it. It's a remote-controlled TV complete with teletext.
All right, boys. 9 prizes, 9 darts. Let me remind you, 6 for you and 3 for you, Charles. The prizes lie behind the red sectors on this board. Keep out of the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for 2 in a bed. OK.
Right.
Take your time. Your first 3. Here we go. Over to Tony.
OK, Brem, settle in. Best of luck. That's red, it's number 8.
That's fine, that's the champagne and the flutes.
That's the bullseye!
Oh. You've got the colour TV with teletext and remote.
And red number 5.
3 out of 3, that's the computer game, including Bully's special prize. That's a good start for you, boys.
OK, Charlie, carry it on. Red number 3.
Fine, that's the radio alarm clock.
Black. But red number 2.
And that's the portable typewriter. Boys, you're going very, very well. 3 darts left. Look at your lights, Brem. You've won your lights. You've won those.
Red number 1.
You've won the fridge freezer. Well done.
Black. But that's red, it's number 4.
That's the kitchen goods. Boys, you've done very well. You have won the fridge freezer, the portable typewriter, the radio alarm clock, the kitchen goods, the computer game, the champagne and flutes, and Bully's special prize, the colour TV with teletext and remote. All right. You've already got your £414. I'll have that pound afterwards, right? And Mark Day got you that money for charity. All right, that's on its way afterwards. It is these prizes. I'm going to put this to you that you now own those prizes. They are yours. Would you like to gamble those prizes against tonight's star prize, which is hiding behind Bully? 101 or more with 6. 3 for you, Charlie, and then 3 for you, Bren. You've got the time it takes the board to revolve to tell me what you'd like to do. Audience? Yeah. Gentlemen?
Yes, we'll go for it.
You're going to gamble?
Yes. Yeah.
Non-dart player to go first. Brem, you come and stand with me. Over to Tony.
It's a big gamble, Charlie.
This is some gamble.
Just take your time. Just relax into it. Best of luck, 101 or more. $16. 8. Another 8. So that's 32. Brem, 69 or more will win tonight's star prize. Best of luck. 19. 8. It's 27 scored. Well, you needed the treble, Brem, didn't
Boys,
you?
it was some gamble, that. Come on, come with me. I've got to take you and show you. Have a look at what you could have won. Have a look at it there. I've got to tell you, boys, it's hundreds of pounds worth of electrical goods. There they are, and you could have taken them home, all for the throw of a dart. It really was some gamble, that, lads, wasn't it? But you came a long way. I can understand it. You came a long way to play the game, and you've earned the right to choose. Thanks very much for coming down to see us. Been a delight to meet you. Thanks very much indeed to Mark Day as well, of course. £127 for charity. Thank you for watching Bullseye. Some gamble, that, wasn't it? Watch us next week on Bullseye. You can't beat a bit of Bully. Bye.